People want you where they want you because they want to control you. Like, that's just it. Like, humans at our core, we are dominators. Like, we are either prey or predator. And so you have to allow yourself to decide how you want to navigate in this world. Now, this video is not for everybody. So for the people that are watching this, you are a natural born predator. And predator doesn't always mean like you want to wish harm on anyone else. It just means that you are self-sufficient. It just means that you go out there and get it. It just means that you don't sit around waiting to be fed or waiting to be eaten. It says that you are here to dominate your life. And this is why I tell people with the whole 48 laws of power and y'all reading it, like, y'all really don't even understand who the author is. Like, everything with what he said, you have to read it with a higher mind. But if you're reading it with the intention to dominate, then you're missing key points, even when a lot of these acts of power cost people their lives. So it's about controlling your own life. Being the predator in your reality is choosing to own your life and not being on, the defense. Because when you're on the offense, you don't have to react. You do have to look for threats, right? Being on the offense is harder than what people think, which is why most people are reacting to their life rather than proactively creating their life. Being on offense requires you to maintain the goal as well as protect the goal, right? It's under it. So you're going to have to play defense even when you're on offense. You're going to have to play defense even though you have the ball and you're running down the court. You're going to have to watch I'm not, like, I used to play basketball, but like, that's years ago. Don't ask me too much. See, that was a confirmation burp. Maybe I should start balling again. No? Okay. But when you are on offense, you are responsible for attaining the goal as well as mitigating any risk that may come as a result of the goal that you're pursuing. But so many people in life may set a goal, but they're going after the goal defensively. It's like all these other things come first and not the goal. It should be anything that's not in alignment with this goal does not have precedence in your reality at all. As is 2, 3, 4, because your life is going to change and it's going to keep changing as a result of if you decide to be a prey and now you're just responding to life. Oh, life is hard, Mondays, you're sad, you're envious, you're jealous, but you don't call those things what they are. You just say, this is life. I got handed the short end of the stick, or I'm not favorable. Like, you have all these fucking excuses as to why your life may not be what it is that you want. But this video isn't for prey. This video is for those who are predators, and those who are predators who be acting like prey. Y'all need to cut it out. So if you're here, this video is for you. I feel like in another video I shared from where I was to where I am now. I am now living in a $500,000 house. And now we know the prices of houses went up, but we're talking about valuation. And we're talking about someone who left their significant other at 6 weeks pregnant with $0, with all her wealth taken. But prior to that, I have a video on my channel where I talk about how I started learning about the law of attraction, manifestation, and I manifested my first car. Had I not followed these things that I was learning and coming into 9 years ago, that car was the only thing that I owned when I left my ex-husband. So it wasn't something that could be taken from me. And that was the moment that I learned ownership. That was the moment that I realized that I was living life as prey. That was the moment that I realized, like, oh, you're going to be the predator and you're never going to have this experience happen to you. Now, has life experiences happened since then? Of course. But as a predator, you are starting to learn how to protect yourself, which is the goal, right? Being the best version of yourself. How do I protect the best version of myself? Well, first, you have to accept things about yourself, and you have to accept how you participated in your life. You have to accept how you created the life that you're already in. I went from living in a 800, 900 square foot run down something, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, to now a 5 bedroom plus home where my children are roam freely, and I have so much peace in my life that the moment my peace is disturbed, like, I have curated my life in such a way that I know when something is out of place. I know when I'm aligning with something that's not serving me, because it impacts every single area of my life. And people that know me in real life, y'all, they're always like, my one of my phrases are, I live in abundance. So when I'm out, I'm like, I get what I want and I live in this life, and I just do what I want. Y'all, I manifested a Peloton, okay? I manifested a Peloton. And the woman that I got it from, I said, thank you so much for being a part of my manifestation. And so I've been on my identity embodiment. Like I told y'all in the last video, y'all are watching me shift in quantum. So you can't say that you didn't know. And I used to have this saying, like, I got a lot of sayings in life, 555. I said, if you don't know me now, don't know me later. And that's the same thought process as when people say to people, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. So it's the same thing as, you weren't shooting with me in the gym. Same principle. If you don't know me now, and if they not talking to you now, they don't get access to you later. If they're only hitting you up now for their benefit, then you're being prey to them. And it's time for you to be a predator in your life, which means if there's no reciprocal value, if there's no mutual exchange, if you can't learn something from them that will move you forward, and sometimes learning something from them that moves you forward means to leave them alone. Leave that environment alone. Leave that situation alone. Leave that experience alone. And so now, not only do I have a Peloton, I have the Bike Plus. Like, oh my God, I didn't know. I'm like, what's the difference? I'm doing my research. And this literally happened within a week. When I'm really on my frequency, like when I bought my house, I got it in a week. When I bought my truck, I got it in a week. When I got this Peloton, I got it in a week. When I was looking for this house, I got it in a week. So all of these things, it's really just a frequency. Okay, well, we talk about the divine timing. I feel like I shared in another video, like divine timing is just about your preparation. What was I listening to? Yeah, it was the last video. And I was talking about timing looks different for everybody based on the factors in your life. So somebody may be able to up and go and move out the country tomorrow, and it's like, wow, they manifested moving out the country in one day. That's beautiful. But somebody like me who has dependents, I don't have that luxury to up and move tomorrow. But guess what? It may take me 6 months compared to the person that it took one day. But then there's someone else out there who it may take them a little longer than my 6 months, and my 6 months may look ideal to them, just like that person who was able to do it in one day. It was ideal for them, or it's ideal to me. But you have to accept who you are, where you are, what your goals are, not comparing yourself, me, to the person who can do it in one day, nor comparing myself to the person who has to do it in 2 years. Because why? This is my path. And when you're a predator, you don't give a fuck about no other predator out here. You don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. You are focused on your goals. You are focused on your growth. You are focused on where you're growing to. And you consume what gets in your way. You consume what gets in your way. And there's pros and cons to everything, but you have to accept what is your life goals. What are you going after? And the state that I'm in right now, this energy, this frequency, when I say I'm ascending so fast, it's not even funny. It's just because I surrender. I told someone yesterday, I'm like, yo, those who are aligned to me, to this experience, it is all about surrendering right now. It is all about surrendering. It is literally all about surrendering and submitting. You feel led to move, follow that inclination. You feel led to change your wardrobe, follow that inclination. You feel led to join a different gym, follow that inclination. You feel led to donate, follow that inclination. The surrendering is not about giving your power away, but submitting to your internal power, which not obviously, but does have more has more external influence. Yes, there we go. Your innate power has more external influence to the creation of your reality. So I used to tell people all the time, I feel like I got a video on here, I'd be talking all the, yeah, I'm chatty Cathy. But anyway, I said, logic doesn't create reality. Imagination does. Logic does not create reality. Imagination does. Logic does not create reality. Imagination does, which means your subconscious is a aspect of your imagination, right? The conscious mind doesn't create your belief system. Your subconscious does. And it is your belief system that says this is possible and this is not possible. So I'm in the middle of, right, this quantum shift that you guys are talking about. And there's a certain investment that I have to make. And I'm like, pray is like, no, because this is all the other things you have to do and the responsibilities that you have, and that just doesn't make sense to do that right now, right? That's my old programming. My new programming is like, that's it. My new programming is like, that's the investment. My new program is like, that investment compared to the return on that investment that I know I'm going to get, top tier, chef's kiss. The new investment, like the new mindset, shows you, right, predatorial, what's going to serve you. If I'm going to go over here or if I'm going to do that. If I'm going to do this or if I'm going to do that. It teaches you how to think. So you have to do the work. Now, did I become like this overnight? Fuck no, I did not. No, I didn't. And that's why I didn't just go from a 2-bedroom shack to this home now. I went to an apartment, then I came back to that 2 shack because I wasn't ready for that leveling up. And that's another thing. Sometimes y'all are praying for things that you want and you're not preparing. You have to prepare. You have to prepare for what it is that you want. That is the identity embodiment. If relationships, right? Are you working on yourself as a person? Do you know your conflict resolution style? Do you know your attachment style? Do you know what your favorite color is like? Do you know what you like to eat? Do you know your favorite food? Do you know your favorite color? What do you know about yourself that you can effectively communicate and articulate to someone else? And if you don't know, then you need to relate to yourself first before you plan on being in anybody's relational experience. That's your responsibility. I got my tea over here, y'all, that I'm trying, the little paper towel keep flying off. I guess I should take a sip. Mm, 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 mm. But I'm becoming somebody new. And when you're becoming somebody new, your current reality, people, places, and things start to feel unfamiliar. You start to feel like, am I supposed to be here? Is this my reality? Is this what I got going on? Damn, we was friends. I was cool with you. Dang, that's what you... Things start looking different. Just like you're going to start looking different to people. They're going to be like, you used to be like this. You used to be like that. Yeah, because I used to be prey. But now I'm predator. Like, and that's some real stuff. And again, the thought by which I'm sharing this is the thought by which I encourage people to read the 48 Laws of Power. Being predator is not about controlling and dominating other people who may be prey or predator. It's about owning your life. It's about creating and staying in your lane where you can go as fast as you want. You can go as slow as you want. But oftentimes the accidents that may happen in your lane may be as a result of you looking into someone else's lane, or confirmation burp as it's 1313, or veering into someone else's lane. This reality is about yours. The creation of it is yours. It's all happening subconsciously. It's all happening in your imagination. So if you keep thinking the worst of shit, the worst is always going to happen. If you keep thinking the best of shit, the best is always going to happen. So when I say everything always works out in my favor, for my favor, y'all, somebody said you wouldn't even know that you went through a breakup not that long ago. Yes, because it happens in my favor. Thank you so much for getting out of the way of my divinely aligned partner. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for teaching me new things about myself. Thank you for showing me areas of improvement. Thank you for the opportunity to exchange love. Thank you for the opportunity to learn. Thank you for the opportunity to grow. That's with everything, y'all. So I'm telling y'all, thank you for being here. Thank you for rocking with me. We are shifting. You are not crashing out. You are not crazy. You are shifting your identity in quantum, right in the eyes of yourself. Like, you can see you changing, and people can see you changing, and the world around you can see you changing, because you are now being an active participant in your life. You are no longer going with the flow of life. And because when you go in with the flow of life, you're also saying, I'm prey, and I'm committed to this loop, and this is it for me. But when you predator and you set that goal and you like, this is what I want, This is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. Like, y'all, even when I was talking about a car that I wanted, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna get this car because and I was like, dang, at first I wanted a Cayenne, but then it's that video that's floating around, and I'm gonna tell y'all, and it's like, you think it's too small. You think it's small, bitch. You need to think bigger. And I was like, oh, you get to pivot and change your ideas. You get to expand with the more that you know, with the more that you understand. You get to become the more of who you are. So I ask you, are you going to be predator or are you going to be prey? If you've been here, make sure you like, subscribe, check out all my other resources down below. Connect with me on social media, a.richbook, and let's run this up together. Let's grow together. Let's be predatorial together. I can't wait to see what you win. Don't forget about me. I can't wait to see your ascension. I can't wait to see the life that you create. I'm just excited for you. If you're watching this, I am excited for you. If you're watching this, I am excited for you. Keep growing, keep flowing. I love you.